COVID survivors, Sumit Saini, and he will elaborate on his experience of going through this entire journey of COVID during April May time when it was at peak in India, and how he went through how his struggles were, and he was in ICU for a quite long time, and how everything helped him.
It was April 29th when I first got infected with the COVID virus. It was a fighting journey. So I was nearly 2 months in ICU. I was in life support, ventilator support. My oxygen, my own body saturation level was at somewhere around 60, 62. Is over there. So each night was like hell. And every night, I never used to sleep with a fear. I might not see the next morning if I sleep. So medical team played a role in terms of getting me out of that criticality. And then the other challenge was recovering and getting healthy. I have a young daughter, 5-year-old. I think the dreams that I've seen her, for my family, is I think that gave me sufficient motivation to fight it out there. So when I got discharged, I was still on 5 liters of oxygen. My oxygen levels were somewhere around 80, fluctuating between 80, 85. So when I came in, I could barely move. Barely move my lower limb. So I could move my upper limb a bit. I could move my hands. A bit of my feet movements were there. I could not stand. I could not go to the washroom myself. I could not pass stool myself. So that was how critical the things were even when I came home. Just to give you a bit, I could not even remove my mask to it. So the moment I remove mask, my oxygen level goes down. So I used to go to my doctor for my regular checkups online. And I used to ask him, yaar, mera oxygen kyun nahi improve ho raha hai? I mean, there was a continuous reply. Your 95% lungs were damaged. There are still patches. So it is, you are on medication. We are doing all we can do. There came a time when I realized कि यार खाली physiotherapy से काम नहीं चलेगा. Now I have to move beyond physiotherapy. And that is when, I think by God's grace, I got connected to you. Though you will know, recovering from COVID itself is a very slow phase. It's not that today you do something, tomorrow you get fine. So it's everyday effort. It's a slow process, very, very slow process. So I think one way how doing yoga helped me was strengthening my body from inside. So when I was doing a lot of other physiotherapies, my muscles were getting strengthened from outside. There was still a lot of weakness from inside the body, and that is where yogic exercise helped me out. So all those brain breathing techniques and the other techniques that you told me helped me out in terms of strengthening my body from inside. Also used to keep me in a right frame of mind. I remember sleep was very difficult to come by during that point of time. I never used to sleep before 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning. And if you will recollect, when I used to tell you 45 minutes of the brain breathing exercise, I used to fall asleep immediately, though that was never the goal for that exercise or for that technique. The goal was to, clear your lungs, clear your throat and nose. But such was the technique that, that solution solved my other problem. So I started enjoying it कि यार कुछ और हो ना हो, नींद तो मेरे को बहुत बढ़िया आ रही है, इसे तुरंत करने के 10 मिनट बाद मैं सो जाता हूँ. So I started doing it, and then slow by slow, bit by bit, from 20 minutes I graduated to 30 minutes, followed by 45 minutes. So then it became a habit. Then I started doing it, and every now and then, even if I'm sitting, I'm doing my brain breathing exercises, and that gave me lot of comfort in my throat and mucus problem. तो एक तो उसने मेरे को बड़ा help किया. Then I was doing physiotherapy earlier also, but when I combined with the brain breathing exercises and the other yogic exercises with controlling breath, that gives more strengthening to my body. I'm coming to that. So I was at an oxygen level of 88 when we started doing that yogic exercise. From 88, I remember I used to send you photographs of my oxygen. It went to 92, and then from 92, immediately, after doing a 45-minute session, I could see it jump to 94, 95. Maybe at a later stage used to come back, but then it used to jump at that point of time. And with continuous doing that, I could see it point by point, day by day, it increased, and it reached to 96, 97. And I'm comfortably in between 97, 98 now. So by practicing those deep breathing exercises and those yogic exercises, I could see improvement in my daily walking. So from 10 minutes, I started walking to 20 minutes immediately at home, then 25 minutes. And today I could comfortably walk for half an hour, more than half an hour, 40 minutes, without feeling that there is some heaviness in my chest or I am huffing and puffing. Language in which I think language played a key role. The language in which you were communicating with me at that point of time uh, helped me. I think at certain places I was not able to do a few things, and you immediately told me stop. Had it been somebody else, they would have told me, "नहीं यार, थोड़ा effort डाल कर यार, हो जाएगा, कोशिश कर." मगर every time it's not possible. You realize my body can't do it. My body is not responding to it, and you immediately change that. I mean, you came up with something else, and you told me do this, and then I did that, and then that brought results. I think uh, one other good thing that I realized was you change things only when it was required, you know, and you let me do it with continuity. When you saw that the results were improving, then you introduced the other thing, and then again you pushed me to do it. Then you saw, and you were continuously following up on my improvement and on the results. And when you saw the results were encouraging, and then you introduced the other thing. So there were steps. Not I was not bombarded with all the thing at one go. There are times when I feel lazy, but then I realize, how it helped me, and that keeps, kind of tickles my mind. नहीं यार करना है, 1 घंटे के लिए नहीं, आधे घंटे के लिए करना है, लेकिन करना है. So it is becoming a part of life. यार अश्विनी ने मेरे को एक बात बताई कि साइंस यार ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. It has to become a way of life. Yoga has to become a way of life. Not that बीमार हैं तो कर लेंगे, ठीक हो गए तो भूल जाएंगे. So with that story also helped me and incorporated as a learning and a way of life.